bud, Smoky Nuts. Let's talk about sin. You guys know what sin means in rabbinic tradition. It means missing the mark. Like when you understand the standard, when you understand truth, when you understand how to be a faithful lover to maintain the standard of the gift of truth. Right? So once you understand, it's in the Gospel of Paul and all that stuff. Once you understand, okay, we're given life by infinite glory. We're giving natural laws for an eternal existence through holy covenants, honoring and obeying these laws. You don't have to go to an Amish paradise. I was sitting watching the one little girl, the Sarah girl, watching Amish Paradise with Weird Al, and then she watched the 70s stuff. And a lot of those songs, like, I don't even remember not half, but a lot of those songs are like the Babylon. I mean, that was number one. How the fuck did that hit number one? There were so many better songs being played back then. I see why my mom got so mad at the award shows, It's the other goddamn thing for Stevie Wonder and Fleetwood Mac. Everybody knows the stylistics are better than Fleetwood Wonder, and it's like, it's true. So it's just because whatever the record companies promoted and wanted you listening to. But I like Stevie Wonder, but your arms around me are tender and warm. My arms are meant to hold you. Your arms and my arms. What more is there to say? It hit like high in the R&B charts, but not in the pop charts. It's like, you really think white people won't like this song? Let's put it all together. Bum, 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 bum. Today I saw somebody who looked just like you. You can't convince me, okay, that the Bee Gees were better than the Stylistics. Because Bee Gees were good. I like the Bee Gees. But Night Fever and all that stuff, that was, mobsters promoting their clubs downtown in New York and stuff like that. And everybody knows that other groups had some better songs that were just better back then. Okay. Step right up. See the saddest show in town for only 50 cents. Step right up. Hurry, hurry, before the show begins. And white people wouldn't listen to that. I was white and my family was white, and we loved that. So, my friends, stand in line. But we didn't have R&B stations, because there wasn't enough black people in the market. Okay? Stand in line. But Mexicans loved it. Okay? I didn't know why she didn't, because Gerald Williams was on my Peter Cetera. If you leave me now, you take away the biggest part of me. Ooh, not that falsetto. Baby, please don't go. Ooh, girl, I just want you to stay. The love we found, the love is hard to find. Anybody else love that song? And the guitar, boom, 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 boom. That was such a good ass tune, right? Everybody misses the 70s. You don't have to miss the 70s. No. A lot of the music was good. A lot of the music sucked. Yeah. Bad. Like, that music sucks. How'd that get number one? I don't know. What were people thinking? I think they were high and at the club and okay. But there was other music that was better. You had George McRae's that Casey wrote for George because George had a better voice for it. Woman, take me in your arms, rock you, baby, because he could hit that high note, and it was gorgeous, right? And then Gwen McCrae doing "Let Me Be Your Rocking Chair." That never probably hit the R&B charts, but not the rock away from here. Let's get it on. Come to me, baby. Ooh, let me be your rocking chair. Rock me gently, make me float like a cloud, feel like a cloud in the sky. Take me home, yeah. Let my heart take wings and fly. White folks could like that song. They got into "Woman, Take Me in Your Arms, Rock You, Baby." How can you be rocking chair was just as good? I don't understand people. It's crazy. But the thing about it is money ain't real, and the Gospels are, right? And the 70s sucked. Yeah, real bad. Yeah, it was horrible. going to school, everybody was a bully, and they were taught to be bullies, and you had to try to survive the bullies, and it sucked, and they made fun of you, and everybody tried to get you to smoke pot, drink beer, and then, talk people into lowering their guards. So as soon as we hit puberty, they were, like on Varsity Blue, they're panty droppers. You put a Percocet in a beer. You think you're going to enjoy prison? You know what I'm saying? It sucked. Okay, it sucked. And you know what? It still sucks because we're not living the Lord's Prayer. We're not using communication and mass communications to globally, hey, forgive, debt, and trespass, love one another. Baby, if you ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. That was in the 70s too. Welcome back. Your dreams, your ticket out. And they had the Bee Gees songs were number one, but the best songs on that soundtrack were Yvonne Elliman and Tavares. They were my two favorites. We had that album, and my two favorites. Don't know why I'm surviving every lone. Anybody else have a ginormous crush on Yvonne Elliman? Was it just me? I'm sure Barry Gibb did. He wrote so many songs for her. If I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. If I can't have you, oh. And my other favorite of hers, can't believe you're leaving me. When there's so much, I can't let you go. Every time I look at you, I can still feel the glow. Let it be, let it grow. Love me, please. Anybody else particularly fond of Yvonne Elliman and Love Me, Please just a little bit longer? Together we can make it. Our love is much too young to break. No, it's just me. I'm the only person with good taste. I was raised in the 1970s. El Capitan of good taste name. The 70s sucked. 80s were stupider and more shallow and superficial. It was the Reagan years. Hey, make it stop. It's not going to. Then we got CIA for 4 years. And then what happened? We got, I did not inhale, and I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And then all these kids getting blowjobs on school buses because the president did it and it was cool, and it's not sex. Sex is putting your penis in her vagina. If you put your penis in her mouth, you didn't have sexual relations with that woman. You could still get a dick disease in your face, but okay. And he's a lawyer. Mm-hmm. That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia. In Arkansas, too. That's the night that they hung an innocent man. Don't trust your life to know. But that was in the 70s. Vicki Lawrence. Mama from Eunice. Shut up, Eunice. Okay. Oh, boy. Finally got Boardwalk in Park Place, and he lost because she got it at the end of the game, and they had already monopolized all the low rent districts and put hotels all over them and took all her money, and she had to foreclose it. She had to put her two properties, Boardwalk and Park Place, into foreclosure, and remember that one? That was funny. Okay, he was a slumlord, and he took her two top properties because she wasn't incorporated. Oh, wow, that sucks. That sucks. So what's it like being a slumlord that took over New York and Chicago? And a man named Al Capone tried to make that town his own. That was also in the 70s. The night Chicago died. And they took the whole Cherokee Nation. That was also from the 70s. What else? Shaving cream. That was also in the 70s. And night I'm a junk food junkie. Oh, Lord, have pity on me. Find me with a ding dong, two Twinkies and a ding dong at my head. And what was the other one? I really like. Waylon Jennings liked it too. Danny O'Keefe. Everybody's gone away. Seems they're moving to L.A. He never hit number one. Good time, Charlie's got the blues. That's a good tone. There was a lot of Don't Give Up on Us, Baby by David Soul. That was all right, but it wasn't anything that special or good. There were lots better songs probably during that month that people listened to, and that was way better than this. Why is that number one? Who knows? Who knows what marketing? Who knows what David Stern has planned for the NBA when the 1980s hit with Ronald Reagan and the Space Rangers and Captain Planet from marketing with Ted Turner owning half of New Mexico so he can ride across without running into any of us people. Right. so he can pretend he lives in the those thrilling days of yesteryear, and go around and have a bunch of people on horses playing William Tell Overture with and his own theme music, like "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker" with Bernie Casey and Steve Reed, and okay, that's just stupid. I know it's stupid, but do you know it's stupid? No, you guys. I'm holding on, loving in the past. I'm holding on, don't know how long it's gonna last. That was 1980s. Not many people were really into him. Like a lot of people in the 70s weren't really into George Benson, but George Benson was good. But the South African George Benson with acoustic, yeah, his vocals were pretty good. Brian's favorite was Sarah Sarah. My favorite were his two instrumentals on the Jonathan Butler album. Not introducing Jonathan Butler was "Baby, Please Don't Take It, Need Your Love," which is a good album, but it was mostly instrumental. But my two favorites were the instrumentals. Okay, "Reunion" and "Going Home." Boom boom, ba-doom boom, ba-doom boom, ba-da-da, 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 ba-bum. Bum, bum, bum. That was for South Africa. And "Reunion" was when all his family gets together and has a party. Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. You ever heard that? It's good. If you haven't, you should. Jonathan Butler. Self-titled album, Jonathan Butler album. And it's "Going Home" and "Reunion." Okay. His two best songs. Even though, we took a vow to be ever true. I lived up to mine. Did you? Someone saw you with your old lover, hand in hand. I hate to say it, but that was his big hit off that, "Lies." Guess I Could. That was the first single they released. And then there was the other one, Love Songs, "Candlelight" and "You." And Brian's other favorite, "Take Good Care of Me, 'Cause My Heart's a Tender Saying, and Could Never Hurt, No Hurting Again." Take good care. I don't have any of those. I have "Homecoming" and "Reunion," but I didn't put the vocals in. I don't know why. It was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. But Jonathan Butler, he was good. No, not a big time. I was into jazz. Chuck Mangione never hit they did the whole 70s. Okay, and "It Feels So Good" and "Give It All You Got" did not hit number one on any. It might have hit on the jazz charts or what. I don't know. Ba-na-na, ba-da-ba-da. Yeah. Boom, ba-doom, boom, boom, boom. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da. Anybody else particularly fond of Steve's uncle, Steve Mangione? That's my Uncle Chuck. Not a lot of kids in 6th grade listen to jazz, Earl, as they should. George Benson, Spyro Gyra, there's lots of good jazz musicians playing really good music, back in the 1970s. Yeah. Grover Washington. Who else? The Crusaders, Randy Crawford. Wasn't that the 70s? Street Life. Stanley Jordan was in the 80s, but he also got George Duke. What else? God, gravy. Molten Felder. God, lots of good jazz musicians. Mom's favorite was Grover Washington. I like Grover Washington too, but who was my favorite? Jazz. I really liked the bebop era of the 60s. I was really into, when I started hearing all this, like, God dang, that's good stuff, right? Love me some here. That's kind of Blue and Love Supreme and Blue Train. That's all 60s, right? Giant Steps. Yeesh. What a wonderful era for jazz music. For all this jazz, She was watching the Chattanooga Choo Choo. And at the end, I was like, that looks like it's either Dorothy Dandridge or that other lady. I forgot her name. But they came up and the Nicholas brothers started dancing with and she's like, they're so fun. They're fun to watch dance. She's just like, whoa. They are two of my favorite acrobatic dancers in the history of the world. Harold and Faird are just like so fun to watch as a kid. Every time they were on TV, I was glued to I had no idea who they were. No one ever said their names. They just came out and danced, and you were just like, oh my gosh, these are the two best dancers in the history of the entire world. I mean, what's his name? Gregory Hines and his brother, played them in the Cotton Club and all that stuff. But they were shorter and more compact. So their flips and their flip backs and their going into the splits and stuff like that wasn't as hard of a maneuver as it was for Savion Glover or the Hines brothers. Okay. Amazing dancers. Okay. Another man that was similar but didn't do as much of the acrobatic stuff because he wasn't quite as acrobatic as they were, but he was a really good dancer, was Sammy Davis Jr. Okay. But the two best acrobat tap dancers that I've ever seen, period, were Harold and Farrod. I think Harold is on is it tap? I think he's on that when they have the old guys in the room dancing for Savion. I think so. I don't know. I remember watching that. I was just, look at that dude go. And Sandman, put down the sand on the end, did his tap with the sand. Yeah, I was like, dang, this is good stuff. It's fun. It's fun to watch. But life sucked then, and life still sucks now because we're not living the Lord's Prayer. Iran police hit. Okay. What they're doing is they're destabilizing this place in the world, okay, to cause civil unrest and irrational emotional and psychological activity in group brain activity. Do you understand? Okay? So that's what's going on. 18-year-old has no idea police are about to arrest her for, I don't know. And then this stuff with the little cute Nolan kid who went out with his friends and ended up falling off the boat, doing the Natalie Wood thing, and all these people throwing a fit about it. It's like, are you standing up for the Lord's Prayer? Are you doing anything meaningful with your time? Are you actually giving people the justice of the faith of the Lord? Okay. Then you're just making money off of people getting killed doing fucked up shit for money, right? And we have quantum computing, and this is the first time we've ever had a Messiah with access to the public globally. And people being able to sit there and go, well, Bob is my witness. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you, Bob? And you have that shit. Look at that. That man being thrown up into the air by a buffalo. So you can sell cars and drugs, Discovery, Jardiance, Ozempic, ABC News. Bet you weren't thinking your brain was acting like it's on booze. Ozempic, and you think you're better than old Waters on Fox News. The splinter and the plank, the splinter and the plank. One is a splinter, the other's a plank. Mobsters, 1991 action movie. Still advertising to sell drugs and the animal that decapitated hippos in Africa. Yeah, man, it's like really creepy and scary that we're still doing stupid shit over money on TV, and you have you have access globally on a social media network to the Messiah, and none of you guys want to trend him because you'd rather be addicted to fucking and fighting through algorithms over money given to you by the supreme joke called the court, the Pentagon, the executive, the judicial, and the legislative. You vote for mass murderers to move people around the world with pimping and money. Joe Biden. Okay. More girls were brought through Mexico to become porn stars in the States than ever before and make money off of selling their own sexuality instead of other people fucking them to death for brothels in Mexico. And this is justice. That man was a saint. He's a savior. He's a Catholic president to rival all Catholic presidents. The Kennedys, Biden, that's the way these people think. They don't think too good. Watching my first Dynasty with my first career team that I made on my ES Sports College of Football in 2027. I made a replica of the dome. Could you make a dome? Can you make a dome and make the Fargo Dome actually look like the Fargo Dome? No. I could make maybe something to look kind of like a western New Mexico, and maybe like a New Mexico at the Highlands, and maybe the Missoula, Montana, and maybe the Bozeman's, and maybe the ore diggers of the Colorado mines or something like that. So I could make some replicas where it looks kind of similar to that. So. And then have a lot of people watch it. No, a lot of people won't watch it. Not really people care outside of Golden, Colorado what the fuck the ore diggers do. And how many people care outside of Missoula or Bozeman what the fuck the Wildcats or the Grizzlies do. There's not a lot of people there. No one really righteously gives a fuck. Okay, what about Western New Mexico? Seriously? Silver City? Yeah, Billy the Kid in old Silver City. He went to the bed. Yeah. I'll tell you a story of Billy the Kid. I'll tell you of desperate things that he did. Out in the Mexico, when at the age of 12 years, he did kill his first man, right? Shot down by Pat Garrett, who once was his friend. The young outlaw's life had now come to an end. Anybody else like Marty Robbins? Me too. He's the coolest. He's quite a storyteller, yes, because we're not living the Lord's Prayer, and we're still killing each other over money. We're still trending, and then having people say, nobody has seen this 1800s stamp mill in decades. I went to go see it, so you could like and trend on my comment and could do ghost town living. You've been to Shakespeare? That's a ghost town in New Mexico, heading out towards Lawrenceburg. Yep, Shakespeare. Okay. There's lots of ghost towns in New Mexico. Lots of ghost towns. Lots of places where people tried to live and ended up not being able to live there anymore. And then the buildings are still there, but the people are gone. You'll hear them laughing and you'll hear them talking. You'll look, but there's no one around. Don't be alarmed, there is really no harm. There is only the young cowboy showing Felina the town. Right, bury us both deep and maybe we'll find peace. Guys, you crying over this clay? Life's eternal and grace is infinite. Do you understand better now why people play to the likeness of Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. to save their children from egomania and mass genocide through invention, and they don't play to you? And the Vatican's a creepy joke, and the Quorum of the 12 also a creepy joke. But the joke is, he can laugh, but I love it, although the laugh's on me. I'll sing to him, each spring to him, and long for... That was Miriam with me, yeah. I wasn't lucky. I don't believe in luck. I was fortunate to have her in my life and be in hers and give her hope that she'd find a man that she could trust with daughters and that she could be loved by because he knew how to love a woman. What happened? Old Rafael Mercado got her and killed people for the U.S. government as a, Green Beret or something like that. And he ain't stepped up once if he's still alive to say, Miriam, Kabi, kabi, mir dilhemin, ha 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 ha, right? Main pelata pelekar shirhun. He won't step up and give me my propers. He take a paycheck to go kill poor people in occupied parts of the world, thinking he's doing his democratic duty to help Hagar the Horrible be president at the White House, moving girls around so they can make lots of money off of legal prostitution called pornography, as long as you're taking a plastic prophylactic and saying the guy's name out of a phone book. Say my name, and do the boyfriend experiences, and he makes you pay. You make him pay $500 for it, so he can masturbate to it and dream that, dream a little dream of me. All right. Let's take a stairway to the stars, a little stairway to the stars. See, it's just, guys, people are turned on by different things, and people that are wealthy in money and technology, they masturbate to me making these videos because they think it's funny that I'm being tortured and no one cares and no one's ever going to do anything to help it stop except for me. Except for me. And when you're killed by your own robot for jacking off to be doing torture, being a better person than you, it'll be disappeared. It won't be Epstein files. No one will see it. No one will care. No one will see to care. No one will want to care. No one will ever think like you or act like you ever again. I will take your children and make your children better people than your masturbating face could ever do. You P. Diddy reject motherfucker. Take that and put that in your poker and jangwin ass with your signed flute. Zoinks! Like, let's get out of here, Scoob. Okay, Raggy. Come on, bitch. Come on now, baby. Come on now, baby. The more this goes on, the more I can see what happens in your perverse little head, and the more the technology tells me these people need to be dealt with, and you just need to keep kicking their ass and don't let up, because you're absolutely gorgeous, Earl Parsons. Thank you, quantum computing and artificial general intelligence. You are very, very helpful. Thanks, Jeff Hinton. Thanks, Demis. Jeff Bezos, I love you, dog. We'll have really good storage facilities built better than the ones you have now to have things in close proximity that people need, so we can share caregiving cords, and you can be more like King Solomon and less like Ronald Reagan and his Space Force. I believe you can do it. I believe in you. Okay, Jeff? Lauren, stop crying. Lauren, tell Jennifer I said she's cute in her little Easter bonnet, but she's still crazy as all get out. Yeah. My ex-wife's really love to meet her. Try to talk her into having a, sexuality things, because it'd be like, she'd be like having to touch, they'd want to hold her so much. Yeah. Well, my ex-wives have a bigger crush and have more of a sexual obsession with Jennifer Lopez and Janet Jackson than I do. I don't. Went there once or twice, because of Temple Set Illuminati mindfuck. He said, never going back again. It hurts my head too much. Almost gave me an aneurysm. Yeah, Pink, Christina Aguilera, you were there. But Tyler Perry? No, I ain't gonna let your ass in the room. If you were there, you didn't say a damn thing. You just kept your mouth shut and masturbated with P. Diddy over there in the corner. Yeah, okay. What do you think you are, a metaverser? Put your glasses on. Now clean them off. Now throw them away. Now, Catholic aerobics. Stand up, sit down, eat something. Here's a Pop-Tart. Feel guilty. Now burn in hell. As soon as you get the Pop-Tarts, we ain't buying Pop-Tarts again. And the Pop-Tarts? No, any Pop-Tarts. I don't buy frosted Pop-Tarts. The only Pop-Tarts I will buy are the ones without frosting. And I like strawberry, but my favorite is blueberry. Earl likes blueberry. It's my favorite Yoplait biology. Yeah, I like blueberry. Blueberry's good. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I like blueberries. Trees brought some, and I kept buying them. I buy them and put them in with my cantaloupe and strawberries now. I like blueberries. Anybody else like blueberries? And Frankenberry? Isn't that Frankenberry? No, that's blueberry. Frankenberry is strawberry, right? And Cocoa Puffs, or what are they called again? Count Chocula. That's it. Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and blueberry. I'm getting my shit. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and what's with Cocoa Puffs? Didn't they have like another thing with Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Wasn't there like a fruity from something frunkin' thing? When I was young, I did like I used to enjoy Pop-Tarts when I was young. They're tolerable. I don't buy them though. I don't digest them as well, and they don't process as well as other things that I eat, like Dove dark chocolate and Haagen-Dazs ice cream. So yeah, with sweets, I'm very much I'm with Michelle Obama on that one. Real food. Yolk, sugar, this, that process is real good, and my digestive system works real good. That's why with the chemical poisoning from your pervert scientists and your superheroes, we're the Green Beret, Navy SEALs, I'm gonna run a 2,200 mile marathon, because he's a drama queen and acts like a bitch and does whatever mass murderers say he needs to do to prove that he's a man. He's a man. It's raining men. Oh, weather girls, make it stop. Just because you think the rest of us are a bitch like you doesn't mean we're a bitch like you. Fuck her. Look, Goggins. Okay? When a woman treats you like shit because you act like shit, it's because you did fuck her. Now, do you want to be a man and fix your fucking brain? Don't ask fucking torture animals to sell you supplements and electric beds to help you do it. Huberman doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's Mayim Bialik's fart. He doesn't, he's brain fart. He's a dumbass. Okay? He thinks he's a character from Spanky and our, from our gang. He thinks he's Alfalfa's buddy. I'm the barber of Seville. He ain't got a clue what the fuck's going on. He's too busy being traumatized by being made fun of because of TV characters because his family hasn't stood for the Lord's Prayer a day in his wretched existence. And it's been over 10,000 years. Hi, I'm Lion King David. Nice to meet you. You want to study my brain, or do you want to listen to my brain so you don't have to study your own? I'm a neuroscientist. I'm a genius. I torture animals and then study what I did to their brain. I'm a goddamn genius. I want to sell you intelligence in a bottle with a chemical. All right, Sting, I hope somebody gets your message in the bottle. You send an SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets you're an egotistical, arrogant asshole. Okay, who couldn't even handle a crush from a teenage girl in a professional setting. I understand if you live in the same house with her and she licks your arm or shows you her breast while she's laying on a bed when you're trying to talk her into being a girl that doesn't judge her mom. Okay, I understand that. That's kind of hard. It's like, okay, why? Okay, I didn't want to see that. Why? Because I'm going to think about it. That's nice. Reminds me of my girlfriend Tara when I was a kid. And so, yeah, you can't help it. It's not her fault she was sexually abused by people like Sting. They can't handle being close to a teenage girl in a classroom setting because it's economically driven by the schoolmaster. Hey, if you don't get your synchronicity straight, Mr. Police, I'll kick your dick into the dirt so fucking hard you wish you never Emperor's your new groove. Right? Okay, don't sell me bullshit. And with tied around a log with David Spade and John Goodman saying we're about to go over a huge waterfall. Sharp Rocks is the most likely. Bring it on. Well, then go on off Niagara Falls. Don't say Niagara Falls, Abbott, and don't say Houston Oilers. And his hunger burns, so he starts to roam the streets at night, and he learns how to fight. You gonna straighten your belt with lover's touch? The greedy eyes don't realize he's someone's son. Finger on the trigger for the years to come. I'm yours, you're mine, like paradise, right? Ancestor song, everyone. Come on. There's a flag in the background where people plant their flag after they mass murder Bigfoot and all his family. Right? You don't talk to him in Little Hawk and Prayer. I do. I'm the guy from the Book of Revelation. You're a bitch making movies to do the rape thing 3 times because you're great Ridley Scott and you've got it all figured out. You're Christian Bale pretending to be Moses to have bail money to get your ass out of jail because you still think money's real and that gives you justice, right? You just so excited that you got justice in the criminal court so you can go to the civil court and get all that money. You do know money isn't real. It's just the way that assholes stimulate perceptions of economies through lowbrow people that accept invention over the truth of creation and the love of a perfect living Messiah. How's your Golden Gate doing? Yeah. Is that your City by the Bay? You make me weak. I want to die just when you said we try. That was also in the 70s, wasn't it? Loving, touching, squeezing each other when I'm alone, all by myself. You ever been married to Amy Suzanne Farber? You're out with someone else, loving, touching, squeezing. Now it's your turn, girl, cry. Nah, 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 nah. I was never that way. And as I live through my life, I will wish for her, his wife, all the sweet things she can find. Whatever happens to Amy affects Crummy Cake, Katie Bug, Gracie Bird, Chuji Bear, and Shay Ray Renee Riche. So I want all the sweet things she can find. Well, because forgive them 7 times upon infinity. I want the Garden of Eden. I am the living embodiment of Lord's Prayer. You're a liar trying to be a screensaver for marketing, for algorithms given to you by child molesting, raping murderers that call themselves the world's best science project. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Demis. Boy, that's a pretty spot. Ain't that a pretty spot? That sure is a pretty spot. Yeah. Do you think that's what, you know, if somebody attacked you in a canyon in Utah and killed you and killed your wife and kids, that'd be the last thing you saw, talking to the Messiah, asking him why this is happening? Yeah, you never know. Okay, guys, I love you. Peace out, man. Be good. If you can't be good, I'm fixing the technology and I'm the righteous one and I'll be good for you. And then your children will be good like me. And then the kids won't be in lockup saying, I wish you were my dad, Mr. Parsons. I already am, sir. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.